Alright, so hi guys, this is Josh Bardsey from the Entrepreneur Vlog and welcome to day 2 of the Compound Effect Challenge. So yesterday we spoke about implementing a learning compound effect, and I hope you guys sort of took that and you developed a plan of how you're going to get that consistency with your learning, whether or not be it a book or an audio book or a film, but as long as it's consistent, we can definitely change the way we live due to that learning stuff. So today is going to be one that you're all probably very interested in. It's all going to be about money, but today's not going to be about making money. That's tomorrow's. Today is all going to be about managing money and making sure that you're set up right to be successful in terms of money. So this is best explained in 2 sentences. So one is managing your day-to-day money, and then 2 is managing your debt and how we can get that down. So the first one is all about managing your day-to-day money. Now, we work on percentages in life, okay? The compound effect works on percentages. The more you save and the more you invest that savings, the more you get working for you, the quicker the compound effect is going to work. Now, some of you may be starting here with very, very good jobs or with a huge pot of cash, or some of you may be starting with nothing. It doesn't matter. Okay, it does not matter. The idea is that if you put these things in place and you let time be your friend and you consistently deliver on these very simple sort of ideas, you will create something, and you will create more than you could have ever dreamed of. So one of the ways that I manage my money is I create my own taxes. So this is the compound effect that I've got in place, and if you want to use this, please do. If you have any more ideas of how you can sort of manage your income, manage your money, then please share it. But the way I do it is I give myself taxes. So I give myself an investment tax, I give myself a charity tax, I give myself a necessity tax, and I give myself put the rest into savings. So the idea is that I always try and spend far less than 25% of what I earn. The idea is that if I spend less than 25% I earn, and I get 75% of what I earn reinvested, or put it into savings, or put it into my investment fund, or save it to buy a property, then over time that is going to compound. So if I'm earning £2,000 a month, that's putting £1,500 a month into my investment stuff. If I'm earning £10,000 a month, that's putting 7.5k into a fund. If I'm earning £100,000 a month, that's 75k. The idea is that as it grows, that percentage stays the same, so that you continually adding more and more and more and more. And the more you put away, the more it's going to work for you. The more that your income is going to grow. So the more it's like a compounded circle. The more. Okay, it's very, very simple stuff, guys. Now, if 75% for you is very difficult, which it probably will be when you're first starting out, then it could be 5%, it could be 10%, it could be 15%. And I'll put down in the description of this video where I put them into, what sort of bank accounts I use, and why I use those certain people. But that's a very, very good way of just getting things managing for you. Act as a tax, do it before you've even spent a thing. Couple of the team in the office did this. They came into the business with no prior money management knowledge, and they struggled. They were in their overdrafts every single month because they were spending so much money. They're spending so much money. And the people that had this in place were earning 3 or 4 times that, what they were earning, and spending less money than the new guys. Now, how is that possible? It's because the guys that worked here before and that had all this management training before knew that paying off that first and then spending what you had left, that their compound effect is moving faster now. Okay, so we implement that and we see massive changes, guys. So it could be 5%, it could be 10%, it could be 20%, but let's tax that first, let's put it into some buckets, and let's move on to the next one. So the next one is something that is a bit difficult, okay? It's managing debt, something that we don't like to talk about, but it's very, very important. It's best described by how Robert Kiyosaki taught me it when I went to his event, and then I spoke to him afterwards, and he explained it over and over again for me, and I think there's a couple of videos online where he explains it as well. And the idea is compounding your payments towards your debt. So the idea is that if you have 8 credit cards, for example, you will pay the minimum that you need to pay to them every single month. So you have 8 credit cards at $1,000, right? So we pay $50 a month on each of the credit cards. That's $400 a month. And on this first credit card, we will add a supplementary $200. On the first credit card of $1,000, we're paying $250. So that means after 4 months, that credit card is now paid. Instead of now taking that money or getting more credit or taking that $250 and putting it back into our bank account, we will stick it onto our next credit card. So that credit card's now having $300 paid, and that's quicker. That next credit card's having $350 paid, and that's quicker. $400 quicker, $450 quicker, $500 quicker, and then we've paid it all off. That might take 3 years. If you'd have paid the minimum credit card distance, that probably would have taken you, far longer, okay, because of interest. And it's, you go around in circles. I mean, I had credit cards before where I was paying minimum payments and I was pretty much paying about £3 or £4 a month off of it, because the minimum payment was like 70 quid, most of that was interest. So if you want to compound that sort of payment of debt, start with your minimum payments, add a supplementary 4x onto that first card, and then once that card is paid off, you move on to the next one. The whole thing, the whole amount. Move on to the next one, move on to the next one, move on to the next one, you move on to the next one. And slowly but surely it's going to compound and you're going to pay off all your debt. I'm debt free right now of bad debt. I don't really have any bad debt. I did this a couple of years ago and I recently paid off everything. Okay, so I've got good debt, which is debt that gets paid for me by property and things like that, but I have not got any bad debt now, which is fantastic. So you can do this too. Okay, and I'll try and find that video and stick it in there. But if I don't, I will do my best to find or give you guys a better explanation below as well. Thank you very much. Let's get this going. Okay, you want to put a percentage of your money aside, start thinking about your debt. Let's implement this there. Let's come up with a plan. Think about your cards. Think about how much debt you've got. Think about where your money's going every single month, and let's move on to how we can make some more money.